Today on WBTV, we're going to be talking about Dead by Daylight. So we're going to be talking about how Crossplay is probably coming, hopefully by September. We're going to be talking about some new contract killers that might be coming into Dead by, and what we think of Pyramid Head. Okay, so for those of you who don't know, we made a few videos a couple weeks ago about how Crossplay was coming to Dead by Daylight. So, but on that time we didn't know. We kind of said it was supposed to be coming by the end of 2020. But now we think that we have a more defined date on when Crossplay will be coming. So stage 1 of Crossplay, which they're considering Cross Friends, which is basically if I invite Blake to my server on PlayStation, Blake is only going to play with people on PlayStation. And same if Blake invites me to his server on Xbox, he's only going to play with me, or I'm only going to play with people on Xbox. And even if I'm loading singly into a server, I'm not going to be playing with mixed servers. I'm just going to be playing with the server on my own device. It looks like it might be out by September. Rumors have it that Cross Friends will be coming out for Chapter 17. And we just saw Chapter 16 with Pyramid Head come out a few months ago, so we're thinking Chapter 17 will probably come out sometime in September. So this kind of goes with our theory that we had going in the last video about how Crossplay would be out closer to September because of the fact that October is a big time for Dead by because of Halloween. So that we figured that they would want to try to get it out before October.
I mean, we especially know this because Wade had told me that Cross Friends is actually already out in public test servers on PC. And what that means is on PC exclusively. Obviously it's not able to PC to console yet, but it's from the Windows Store to the Steam Store. And normally when things go into test servers and public test servers, we'll be seeing them likely in the next month or two. So
yeah, and it's in full beta right now on the test servers. So, and they're just looking for feedback. According to their blog post, it says they're just looking for feedback over the next couple of weeks about how it's working, and then they're going to be pushing it straight to consoles after that. So. I mean, it will probably take a few weeks for them to get it out to consoles. If after they figure out it's fully working, just like coordinating between all the consoles and pushing out the update for all the consoles will probably take a little bit. But yeah, once again, probably a month and a half. That brings us to the start of September. And the other thing that pushes this theory even more is the fact that Dead by Daylight is coming to Google Stadia. So for the 10 people that have Google Stadia, they're getting Dead by Daylight coming towards you. And in the trailer for Google Stadia, it said full Cross Friends. Dead by Daylight is supposed to be coming out on Google Stadia sometime in September. So this makes us believe that by the time Dead by Daylight comes out on Stadia, Cross Friends will be integrated with the other consoles. Because I can't see them bringing it to Stadia before they bring it to Xbox and PlayStation. They'll probably bring it to all of them at the same time. So probably, I mean, maybe end of August even, before September, but at least probably by the first or second week of September we should be seeing Cross Friends coming out on consoles.
I mean, I also just realized this as well with the joke you just made. You've made that joke multiple times and it's just clicked in my head. You're like, the 10 people who have Stadia and Dead by Daylight coming to Stadia, and without Cross Friends, or even later on in the future, second stage, third stage of Crossplay, which we'll get into, I don't think people on Stadia would actually be able to play Dead by, because of how little of people there would be on Stadia. But now with Cross Friends coming out, Stadia players can now play with PC, Steam Store, or Windows Store players as well.
Yeah.
And other consoles too.
So as Blake talked about, the 3 stages of Crossplay. So the first stage, as I talked about, is Cross Friends. We saw this in their blog post. The second stage that they'll be looking at is full Crossplay. So this means that whenever you're loading into a server, you're loading in with mixed servers from everybody playing on different platforms. And then the third stage that they'll be looking at, cross progression. So what this is like if you are ranking up in a game and you have all your characters at level 50, then if you switch to a different console to play Dead by, you would still keep all those characters at level 50 once you switch to that different console.
And see, I think this is the thing I am the most excited for, Phase 3, like the cross progression thing, because even though like being able to play with you on PlayStation and me on Xbox, and then getting a whole bunch of our friends from all over, like some of our friends from PC, another friend from PlayStation, another friend from Xbox, all to play Kill Your Friends and Survive with Friends is really fun. But I used to have a PlayStation. I used to play Dead by Daylight briefly on PlayStation, but the thing that always deterred me from buying DLC or putting too much time into it is because I already had so many characters on Xbox at level 50, and on my Xbox, I bought 6 DLC survivors and 5 DLC killers. And transferring to PlayStation, I don't have any of that progress. Like, in comparison to having almost all my survivors level 50 on Xbox, I had 1 level 50 on PlayStation. So seeing cross progression is a big thing, and I'm sure it's going to motivate people to buy it on other platforms. I mean, it sure motivates me, so.
Yeah, exactly. Like Cross Friends, as we said, I'm glad that Cross Friends is coming out first, because you know it's good that we can actually get something at least in crossplay instead of having to wait like an entire year or two before we get it all together in one. But yeah, that cross progression is definitely like the cherry on top of the crossplay, the thing that like pulls it all together in the end. Moving on to other things than crossplay, Pyramid Head has come out in Dead by Daylight. I have the first game I played against Pyramid Head, I thought he was the worst killer ever. The person I played against was horrible. He didn't use any of his like projectiles. Well, they're not like his like barbed wire stuff, his like slices that he makes in the ground. He didn't really use any of his chases. He wasn't just very good at chases. He didn't down anybody. But then after playing more and more games against Pyramid Head, I realized that this was just a bad killer, and that Pyramid Head is got to be one of the highest new killer they've added to the game. Like, Pyramid Head is comparable to what Nurse used to be when Nurse was, you know, what Nurse was the high tier right there.
I wouldn't say that. Nurse is still, even with a like a nerf, I think Nurse is still best, and I don't think anyone could even challenge Nurse in her glory, full glory. I think Pyramid Head is a solid killer, and there's certain perks that make his abilities better. Like, for example, his thing, it's like it's only up close, but it's like almost like projectile, like a Death Sling or a Huntress that they will use at mid range. But the thing is, his red line, his red bar, what it does is it goes through pallets. It goes through windows, it goes through walls. So you can't avoid it by jumping through a window, ducking behind a wall. You actually have to watch intently where he's looking. And that's even harder because Pyramid Head doesn't have a face. He's just a pyramid head.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Exactly. But I think what makes him better than the Nurse right now is the fact that he's new. Because whenever a new killer comes out, nobody has ever played against him before, so no one really knows. Mm-hmm. You know, some of the killers actually, I would say progressively worse the longer they've been out. Because the longer they've been released, the more people
there's more
figure out how to
counterplay.
avoid them.
Yeah.
So I think what is making Pyramid Head just seem so difficult to me is the fact that I've never played against him before, so playing against him is a completely different realm that I've never done before. In addition to this, I don't know if like how the mechanics of the game actually works, but Pyramid Head has that very long sword thing that he like drags behind him, and I feel like from the gameplay I've had with him that his lunge when he hits you with that is farther than like a normal killer. I just think it gives him a little bit more distance in lunge attacks, which helps make him a little bit better, especially when like You know, normally you see lunges the most when like vaulting pallets or stuff like that, or vaulting through windows. And the killer will lunge and get you.
A killer's lunge can make or break a killer. Like Huntress, the reason why you have to rely so much on her hatchets is because she has low movement speed and a short lunge. And Nurse, the reason why you want to get good at teleports and get precise teleports is because she also doesn't have the largest lunge and her movement speed is low. So with Pyramid Head having a good movement speed, having all these other tools to zone you out and block you out, and then that large lunge speed as well, like just mechanically, he's built really strong. So.
Yeah, so that's Pyramid Head. We'll definitely, you know, if you guys like these videos, we'll keep making them, so we'll definitely probably have some more things to say against Pyramid Head. I mean, hopefully in the gameplay video that we do on Friday, we'll actually play against Pyramid Head, maybe. But, yeah. Okay, and finally, we might be seeing some new contract killers coming to Dead by. So, there's been some rumors going around that we might see Pennywise and or Jason coming into Dead by in the next couple of, probably in the next year, maybe. I definitely think that this makes sense because if you kind of look at all the killers that Dead by has, like Michael Myers and Freddy, they have a lot of like the classic horror movie killers, and definitely Jason is another classic, is probably the one and only final classic horror movie killer that they don't have in the game. And then Pennywise has become quite a bit more popular with it coming out, so I definitely think that the addition of Pennywise would be very popular to the game, probably bring a whole bunch of people coming back into the game.
And I mean, like thinking about like what their powers or what their builds may be, me and Wade have speculated quite a lot about this, and it's a little hard and a little confusing with the other killers already out and their unique capabilities, specifically Pennywise. It's hard to determine a distinct or one ability they may have.
Yeah, me and Blake were talking about Jason and saying how the Billy and Leatherface are almost kind of the same as Jason, like with the power they have with their chainsaw. So they would have to somehow make a different mechanic that would help him with the chainsaw that wouldn't be the same as Billy's, you know, large like sprint across the map and one hit down, or Leatherface's like large swing where he can down through people at the same time. And the same thing, like we speculated with Pennywise, that there might be something about water, maybe, because Pennywise tends to like water, and it tends to like lure people into water to kill them. But that would have to be something that would have to be added in some sort of dream mode or something, because it would have to be retrofitted into all the previous maps that already exist that don't have water, so that would be very difficult to do.
I mean, another thing I think we also talked about Pennywise was, since his whole scheme is like the deadlights, right? And he's not just a clown, he just chooses to appear as a clown because it's his favorite form. If he put people into a dreamlike state, or when he put people into a dreamlike state or etc., some variation of that power like Freddy's, he could appear differently to each survivor. And each survivor has their own backstories that explain their character and their life before, so you could take something that scares them the most, and Pennywise would appear uniquely to each survivor. And, I mean, mechanically, I don't know how that would work. Like, would that increase his movement speed? Would that allow him to expose survivors? Would that make survivors oblivious? Like, something like that, but the aesthetics of it would be really unique and really interesting.
Yeah, and it would be interesting to see, definitely, how they would apply, you know, with Pennywise, what survivor would they pick to go with Pennywise, and also what map would they pick, because Pennywise fights in many different places, so it would be difficult. Like, would they pick the map on the street that has like the sewer? Or would they pick the map like over by in the carnival? That might be a cool map. If they had a map like in the carnival by the river, that might be a really cool map. Finally, graphics update. We're still not seeing the graphics update coming out anytime soon. We haven't seen an announcement. But hopefully it's coming, folks.
I thought the graphics update was actually supposed to be coming for Crossplay. And I thought we were getting graphics update with Pyramid Head, but here we are. Pyramid Head's been out for a couple weeks now, no graphics update. And now we've got news that Crossplay is already on its way out. So, it's a little disappointing. I mean, Crossplay is the thing I'm more excited for, but the graphics update was going to be really nice for Dead by.
Yeah. I mean, even I noticed playing the other day the difference in the graphics from, like, the older maps to the newer maps. Like, if you play, you know, the farm, Coldwind Farms, and you look at the corn in the Coldwind Farms, it doesn't look very great. But then when I was playing the new Wild West map, I can't remember what that one's called. The graphics look a lot better on that one, and even like the foggy mist in that map and the tumbleweeds, like that map just in a whole looks quite a bit better than all the other ones. So that's it. Thank you guys for watching this episode of WBTV. Like, comment, subscribe. If you want to see more Dead by Daylight news videos, kind of like this one, make sure to leave a like down below or leave a comment down below. We don't have any problem making them. We'll be here on Friday with a Dead by Daylight gameplay video. So thank you guys for watching this episode of WBTV. Like, comment, subscribe, and we will see you guys in the next video.
Thank you guys for watching WBTV. If you want to see more videos like this one, click the video on the right. If you want to see skits, click the video on the left. And make sure to click that subscribe button so you don't miss a single video.